Welcome back to the Lions Legion, Lancers. It's time to play in the dark. If you are new to the channel, then welcome. This channel is your source for Anthem Grandmaster 3 tier builds and loadouts for the Colossus, Interceptor, Ranger, and Storm Javelins, as well as tips and tutorial videos on how to maximize your Javelin's damage and survivability potential for Grandmaster 3. In today's video, we'll be reviewing my Anthem Interceptor build entitled BlackOut. This loadout is all about knocking out our enemy's lights with our heavy physical and electrical damage. If you enjoy the moment-to-moment action in the gameplay, and if you find the tactics and strategy useful, click that like button for the video. Also, click the subscribe button so that you can join up with the rest of the Lions Legion. Now, for our primary weapon in our loadout, we will equip the Elemental Rage Assault Rifle. Whenever possible, we will utilize the Elemental Rage to primarily increase the damage output of our strike system, Karif's Talon, for close quarters dueling, providing 50% armor heals. The Wyvern Blitz Sniper Rifle will serve as our secondary weapon. This is our long-range, accurate, heavy physical damage dealer. And now, for our assault system, we will equip the Absolute Zero. The Absolute Zero will be utilized to lock our enemies in place while we stack our Elemental Rage boost and deliver a devastating electrical ice combo detonation with a final blow from our melee weapon, Blades of Warding, closing our target's eyes for good. This is our signature BlackOut combo. It is important to note that successful hits with Karif's Talon also trigger our Blades of Warding defensive boost. Our component, Conductive Lattice, allows us to deliver electrical explosions on successful melee hits as well. Finally, we will equip Slayer's Furor for our support system to reduce our enemies' resistances by 33%, which will allow our sniper to deal more damage when needed. The three stylistic damage components for this loadout are Conductive Lattice, Way of Swift, and Way of Resolve. The three stylistic survivability components for this loadout are Emergency Power, Vengeance Matrix, and Soften Blows. Regarding sigil consumables, I suggest 1. Epic Combo to maximize our combo damage potential, and 2. Epic Melee. 3. Epic Ultimate. If survivability is an issue, I suggest 1. Epic Armor, 2. Epic Shield, and 3. Epic Gear for our Karif's Talon strike system. With this loadout, we become the terror in the dark. We hit hard, causing one massive flash of light just before we bring the blackout. Click that like button for the video and the subscribe button to join the Lions Legion. Now join me in the Lions Den so that we can review the customized inscriptions that I have prioritized for my build and loadout. If you like the prioritization, then try it on your own. Now let's begin with our primary weapon, the Elemental Rage, which is the upgraded Defender, standard issue Freelancer Rifle, inherent effect, Veteran's Fuhrer. Hitting elite enemies increases all elemental damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacks to 20. Therefore, a potential 100% elemental damage increase. Key inscriptions, plus 100% shield max, plus 45% support recharge, plus 18% weapon aim, which applies only to this weapon, and plus 175% physical damage, which applies only to this weapon. And our secondary weapon, the Wyvern Blitz Sniper Rifle, upgraded Deadeye, solid, balanced, long-range rifle, inherent effect, Raptor Sense. While hovering, weapon weak point damage is increased by 185%. Key inscriptions, plus 225% weapon damage, which applies only to this weapon, plus 30% weapon aim, which applies only to this weapon, plus 60% armor max. And now our melee weapon, Blades of Warding, which is the upgraded Twin Blades, double-bladed daggers that allow for fast attacks, which can be chained together. Inherent effect, hitting an enemy grants 10% increased damage resistance for 10 seconds, stacks to 5. Key inscriptions, plus 200% weapon damage, which applies only to this weapon, plus 20% melee damage. Moving on to our assault system, Absolute Zero, upgraded Cryoglaive, freezing device, locks onto 2 targets. Inherent effect, hitting an enemy detonates an ice explosion. Key inscriptions, plus 200% gear charges, which applies only to this system, plus 125% gear damage, which again applies only to this system. Next, we have our strike system, Caraph's Talon, upgraded Detonating Strike, explosive melee attack. Inherent effect, instantly restores 50% armor after defeating an enemy with this system. Key inscriptions, plus 200% gear charges, plus 100% gear charges, both of which apply only to this system. And now for our first component, Emergency Power, an inscribed component that augments Javelin ultimate gear and increases damage by 30% of base damage. Inherent effect, ultimate meter refills instantly when armor is critically damaged, can occur once every 120 seconds. Key inscriptions, plus 65% melee damage, plus 70% armor max. And as previously mentioned, Conductive Lattice increases electricity damage, electricity resistance, and gear cooldown speed. Inherent effect, melee hits detonate an electric explosion, can occur once every 2 seconds. Key inscriptions, minus 13% effects duration. Moving on, Way of Swift increases assault system damage by 5%. Any left button hit, which is our Absolute Zero, increases our right button damage, which is our Caraph's Talon, by 60% for 10 seconds. Key inscriptions, plus 23% ultimate speed. And now our melee damage component, Way of Resolve, which increases our melee damage by 10%. Inherent effect, Dashing, also increases melee damage by 40% for 10 seconds. Key inscriptions, minus 8% effects duration. And our fifth component, Vengeance Matrix, increases all damage dealt by 50% and damage taken by 25%. Inherent effect, on low armor, damage taken is reduced by 50% for 10 seconds. Key inscriptions, plus 9% effect resist, plus 6% effect resist. And finally, our last component, Soften Blows, increases Javelin shields by a large amount. Inherent effect, increases damage resistance by 75% for 5 seconds when shields run out. Key inscriptions, plus 55% melee damage, plus 65% armor max. Not forgetting our support system, Slayer's Fuhrer, upgraded target beacon, locks onto a target reducing their resistances and jumping to another target if defeated. Inherent effect, additionally, immediately marks additional enemies near that target. Key inscriptions, plus 38% combo aura effect, plus 20% combo aura effect. Here is a quick visual overview of the build and loadout. So regarding our weapons, we have prioritized the weapon aim, weapon damage, and sustain inscriptions. For our components, we have prioritized the effects duration and resist inscriptions to include the melee damage inscription. And lastly, regarding the support system, the combo aura effect inscription. I hope that you enjoyed the gameplay, build, and loadout. Remember to click that like button for the video and the subscribe button to join the Lions Legion. And as always, I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, Lancers, and I'll see you in the next video. And to all my lions and lionesses out there in the Legion, there is nothing wrong with playing in the dark.
So much to study from what we did today, so much. Thank you.